Welcome back to tutorial number 5 of the exOrion Quick Start Guide for your Project Assistant Proof of Concept. As I mentioned in previous tutorials, please make certain that you do tutorial number 1 first before going to any of these subsequent tutorials to make sure that you're properly set up. Okay, so we are going to focus now on the status update. We saw how to make the agenda in the last tutorial number 4. We are going to pretend that, let's say, tasks number 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, and 12 were completed. So we're going to go to our project plan and do that. It was numbers 4, 5, 6, and 9, 10, and 12. I suppose 8 would have to be done as well. 8, 9, 10, and 12. And we're going to say numbers 14, 18, and 19 are in progress. I typically choose to put 50% when it's in progress. Typically in IT projects it's virtually impossible to provide a precise measurement of progress. So I typically choose 100% if it's done, 50% if it's in progress, 0% if nothing is done, and that generally tends to work well for me. We'll say number 18 and 19 are also in progress. Let's say that. Okay, so we've made some changes to the project plan. We are now going to save, create a copy for our assistant so we can hand it over. For those of you who are seeing this for the first time, if you go to tutorial number 3, it will show you exactly how to take a copy of your snapshot of your project plan and hand it to your project assistant. You can follow along here. I already have a file by that name. I will give it a new name, template. We'll give it 1. Okay. We're going to go through the steps here. Again, if you've done tutorial number 3, you will have seen this before. And now I've just made a snapshot of my current project plan. We'll put that away for now. And we're going to go pick it up. Here, template number 1. We're going to take a copy, and we're going to hand it to our project assistant. And the way we hand it to our project assistant is going to the Detailed Project Plan tab. You go to the corner marker, you right click, and you paste. Okay? Remember again, for those of you who saw this tutorial number 3, we need to refine the project plan first to make sure we don't have any errors when we create the status report. So we're going to do that. Alright, now we're going to go to the status report. We're going to create a status report for the meeting we just had this morning. You'll notice that for those of you who were here for tutorial number 4, we walked through the different sections of the agenda. I spent a little bit of time going through the reasoning and the rationale for those sections, what they meant, and what was supposed to occur in the meeting at that point for tracking meetings. Because when you go through the status report, you'll see the same sections. So the status report essentially is a mirror image of your agenda. If you went into the meeting to talk about A, B, and C, you want to see on the status report what was the outcome of A, B, and C. Did they all get done? Are they in progress? Are there issues? Do we need to help out? What you'll also notice as we take a look at this, you'll see these tasks here, for example, in progress. In progress. The tasks in progress are in italics, so you can tell just by looking down really quickly which ones are in progress by the fact that they're italicized. And of course, in progress is added to the line items so that you know for certain that that's what the case is. Okay. Looks like the next week is going to be a very, very busy week, and it's a little different than what we saw on the agenda. So let's take a look at this. This information carried over from your agenda. You saw that in the last tutorial. This is where you can add your list of attendees, the people who actually attended your meeting. Some project managers aren't comfortable with this. I find that this encourages a certain kind of behavior. people who attend, of course, get recognized for attending. Their work gets recognized here. Name 2 is they have their task in progress here. Let's see. Um, name 5 has their task in progress here. So, having their name up here, of course, shows that they're engaged and their managers want to see that. This area here is a free-form field, and this is where you can add a blurb about the project. This is where you can put whatever it is that you feel is appropriate. So, okay. This one, of course, you may need to let me show you this to you so you can see it. You may need to just tweak it a little bit so that it looks cleaner. I tend to do that in a Rapid. And there you go. That's your status blurb. You can put quite a bit here. If you want to make it a little longer, you can just drag this down. You can write quite a bit there. This is typically the kind of update that you would give if you were stopped and had to give a verbal update. What would you say? That's typically what you put over here in this particular area. We know what this is. The discussion topics we had here. What you can do from your agenda is, I think I've removed them when I remade the agenda. Anyways, what you can do is, if you've taken notes, you can simply copy those notes over here from your agenda. Discuss. Okay, and you put the names here: Bill, Bob, Sally. Okay. What I do sometimes here is, you might find this useful, is you might want to put some notes about the meeting. I think I spelled commercial wrong. Okay. Again, if you want to put more text there, you can simply do this and drag it down. And again, I'd format these by throwing them to the top and then wrapping the text so that as you write, it wraps in this box here. That depends on how much work that you feel you need to apply as far as giving updates. If you want to skip that part, that's fine too. Progress of project activity. Again, you'll see this one's in progress. You'll see this is in progress. We looked at that earlier, and the 1 week outlook now looks a little bit different after I've applied the updates. And lastly, any offline meetings that you talked about and you captured on your agenda or in your notes in the meeting, you would put those here. So I think we had the marketing meeting discussion, and this discussion was taking a little longer than we had time for in the meeting. We had to keep things moving, so we mentioned that we need to have an offline conversation to get into more detail on this particular item. And there you go. This is your status report.